afternoon, everybody. I'm Lissette Campos, Community Affairs Director with your Positively Tampa Bay. The American Heart and Stroke Associations have partnered again for the annual Go Red for Women campaign. That is why we're wearing red in our studios today. Heart disease is the #1 killer of women in this country. The rate is 1 death per minute. The victims as young as 20 years old. Starting conversations about healthier eating and exercise to prevent strokes and heart attacks are an important mission of the Go Red for Women campaign. In cities nationwide, they're hosting the Go Red for Women luncheons to do that. And joining us with more on the Tampa events, we have Barbara Smith, the chairwoman of this year's campaign in the Tampa Bay area. And also we're joined by Karen MacNeil, all the way from Napa Valley, who is a wine expert and author. She will be participating in this year's events in Tampa. Thanks so much for participating.
Pleasure, Lisa.
It's quite an honor to have you here in Florida. Thank you for considering it.
No, I'm very glad to be here.
Barbara, tell us about the Go Red for Women luncheon. It's a wonderful event. It really gives women the chance to go, learn, and then take action.
Absolutely. And we have a lot of exciting things planned for tomorrow. We're starting with health screenings, so people can come out and get some screenings. We have several educational sessions. Karen is our featured speaker, and I'm not going to give away all of the details of her presentation, but we'll have a lovely meal and some testimonials, and I think it's going to be a great day.
We've created a full screen to make it as easy as possible for our viewers, so there's no excuse. The event is tomorrow. It's the Go Red for Women luncheon on May 21st at 10:30 in the morning. Starts the conference that Barbara just talked about. At noon is the luncheon, and this will be happening at the a la carte event pavilion in Tampa. For details on the tickets and more information on the event, you can visit them on the website. Barbara, juggling work life and family life is, really unavoidable. What can women do to make it easier on them and make it better for their heart health?
I think it's really a conscious choice. You need to make a conscious choice to take steps towards a healthier living. And in doing that, it's really not that hard. I travel, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I have a very demanding schedule, but you have to make exercise a priority and get the family involved. We exercise together. We talk a lot about healthy eating, and we enjoy, fixing the meals and enjoying them together. But it starts with just making that commitment. It's really not that hard.
What would you say is the easiest change that you've done?
Just get moving.
Okay.
The first thing I did was start taking the stairs, 7 flights to my office twice a day. And from there, then adding more exercise. It wasn't that difficult.
Karen, you are the author of a book called The Wine Bible. I have to ask how wine and fine foods connects with heart health. Tell me.
One of the things that we know, Lissette, is that people who live pleasurable lives, including great food, exercise that makes you feel good, and possibly a little bit of wine, have better, healthier lifestyles than people who don't. I think the key is, though, the word that that doesn't sound very sensationalistic, but it's important, and that word is moderation.
Okay.
We know that even from the Mediterranean diet pyramid, that when you live a pleasurable life, but a life where everything is really delicious and perfect, and dine well and dine together, and wine can be an absolute part of that, but it has to be done in the context of a great heart-healthy lifestyle.
What would you say is the most important thing you want women to think of when they leave the luncheon after hearing your keynote address?
I think the most important thing will be to communicate together, to really go on the offensive, to talk with one another. We are all of an age group where heart disease is a very big and important risk for all of us, and yet it's rarely part of women's conversations, and I think it needs to be more so.
Well, thank you again for visiting us in their studios, and best wishes for a wonderful event tomorrow. If you would like to learn more information about the Go Red for Women campaign, also about heart disease and how it affects women in our community, please call the American Heart Association at 727-563-8000. Thanks for watching, everybody.